Hi and welcome everyone. Back muscle stretching while trying to learn the result of a Swiss federal election from 2023. The exercises are adjusted for me, so if you follow along with the exercises, that is at your own risk. The first one of the federal election of Switzerland are the Swiss Peoples, the party Swiss Peoples, led by Marco Chiesa, and we got 28%. Swiss Peoples and led by Marco Chiesa. Swiss Peoples, Marco Chiesa, 28%. 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 And the next one is the Social Democrats, led by Cedric, Wermuth and Matthew Meyer, and they got 18%. Social Democrats, Cedric, Wermuth and Matthew Meyer. Cedric, Wermuth, Matthew Meyer. 18% Social Democrats. Social Democrats, led by Cedric Wermuth and Matthew Meyer, 18%. Swiss Peoples, Marco Chiesa, 28%. Swiss Peoples, Marco Chiesa, 28%. And Social Democrats, Cedric Wermuth and Matthew Meyer, 18%. Swiss Peoples, Marco Chiesa, 28%. Social Democrats, Cedric Wermuth, Matthew Meyer, 18%. Now, FDP.The Liberals, Thierry Burkart, 14%. FDP.The Liberals, one word, FDP.The Liberals, Thierry Burkart. Thierry Burkart, 14%. FDP.The Liberals, Thierry Burkart, 14%. FDP.The Liberals, Thierry Burkart, 14%. Swiss Peoples, Marco Chiesa, 28%. Social Democrats, Cedric Wermuth, Matthew Meyer, 18%. And FDP.The Liberals, Thierry Burkart, 14%. And the next one, the Center, led by Gerhard Pfister, 14%. The Center, Gerhard Pfister, 14%. The Center, Gerhard Pfister, 14%. FDP.The Liberals, Thierry Burkart, 14%. And the Center, Gerhard Pfister, 14%. Swiss Peoples, Marco Chiesa, 28%. Social Democrat, Cedric Wermuth, Social Democrat, Cedric Wermuth, Matthew Meyer, 18%, FDP.The Liberals, Thierry Burkart, 14%, and the center, Gerhard Pfister, 14%. The next one, Greens, Balthasar, Glaetti, 10%. Greens, Balthasar, Glaetti, 10%. Greens, Balthasar, Glaetti, 10%. Greens, Balthasar, Glaetti, 10%. Swiss Peoples, Marco Chiesa, 28%. Social Democrats, Cedric Wermuth, Matthew Meyer, 18%, FDP.The Liberals, Thierry Burkart, 14%, The Center, Gerhard Pfister, 14%, and Greens, Balthasar, Glaetti, 10%. Greens, Balthasar, Glaetti, 10%. And the next one, Green Liberals, Juerg, Grossen, 8%. Green Liberals, Juerg, Grossen, 8%. Greens, Balthasar, Glaetti, 10%. And Green Liberals, Juerg, Grossen, Juerg, Grossen, 8%. Greens, Balthasar, Glaetti, 10%. Green Liberals, Juerg, Grossen, 8%. Swiss Peoples, Marco Chiesa, 28%. Social Democrats, Cedric Wermuth, Matthew Meyer, 18%. FDP.The Liberals, Thierry Burkart, 14%, the center, Gerhard Pfister, 14%. Greens, Balthasar, Glaetti, 10%, and Green Liberals, Juerg, Grossen, 8%. The next one, Evangelical Peoples, Lilian, 2%. Evangelical Peoples, Lilian, 2%. Evangelical Peoples, Lilian, 2%. Evangelical Peoples, Lilian, 2%. Swiss Peoples, Marco Chiesa, 28%. Social Democrats, Cedric Wermuth, Matthew Meyer, 18%. FDP.The Liberals, Thierry Burkart. FDP.The Liberals, Thierry Burkart, 14%. The center, Gerhard Pfister, 10%. 40%. FDP.The Liberals, Thierry Burkart, 14%. At the center, Gerhard Pfister, 14%. Greens, Balthasar Glaetti, 10%. And Green Liberals, Juerg Grossen, 8%. Green Liberals, Juerg Grossen, 8%. And Evangelical Peoples, Lilian 2%. And the last one, Federal Democrats, Daniel Frischknecht, 1%. Federal Democrats, Daniel Frischknecht, 1%. That's exercise. Federal Democrats, Daniel Frischknecht, 1%. Swiss Peoples, Chiesa, 28%. Social Democrats, Cedric Wermuth and Mattew Meyer, 18%. FDP.The Liberals, Thierry Burkart, 14%. The center, Gerhard Pfister, 14%. Greens, Balthasar Glaetti, 10%. Green Liberals, Juerg Grossen, 8%. Evangelical Peoples, Lilian 2%, and Federal Democrats, Daniel Frischknecht, 1%. These are the outcomes. This is the result of a federal election of Switzerland from 2023. The parties, and they have other names in Switzerland. They have in Switzerland German, French, Romanian, and another language, I don't know. They have in Switzerland other names than these English names. And this is the end. I thank you very much for your attention, and until the next time.